point we may discuss.
I would love to ask something for a clarification. I am interested in this this balance between outside action and perception and the inner psychological mind, where I try to give away resistance, to give up resistance, to allow everything to flow inside, to experience that there is no problem inside, but then still I want to work for my ideals, to achieve goals outside. And if I try to dislike the thing that I feel in some way, I need to have models for the outside action and movement. And how can I balance? I want to, when I try to have strong power of will for the outside action and inner acceptance of whatever comes. And sometimes I feel, I feel this to be false, but there is this idea in my head that I need the inner resistance to have willpower for outside action. And I am interested in this fine line, and how can I make my outside action more decisive while giving up resistance inside of me. Thank you.
Lanir, what is he saying? What is his question?
The question is that sometimes he feels that in order to achieve some goal in the outside world, he feels that some kind of inner resistance is inevitable.
Inner distance?
Inner resistance.
Inner resistance. Okay.
Right. Yes, because he needs this. This gives him the power to achieve goals in the outside world. So he's interested in the balance, because if he knows that he has to give freedom to the inner world, but at the same time he wants to achieve goals in the outside world, and there is a kind of a fight within himself, and he believes that, in a way, he believes that this fight inside himself gives him the power to achieve what he wants to achieve in the outside world. So he is interested in the balance between giving freedom to the inside world, but still have enough power in order to achieve goals in the outside world.
What is the goal in the outside world? What is the goal?
For example, to do an action of service for others. I want to give myself to the process of this action, but then I feel when I give acceptance inside, when I have no resistance inside me, then I feel that everything is flowing. But then also I feel like I don't feel that the resistance is good for outside action, but I have this idea all the time. I think that is good or this necessary for the outside action, and I feel that there is something delicate that I don't understand or that I don't see, because in my heart I believe that I can have full acceptance inside, that I can be in this place where inside there is no problem and still see a problem outside or something and do action to try and make it better. But this feeling that when I try to work, when I put my focus on the outside action, I feel that the resistance is coming by itself inside. How can I do the outside action and still keep the flow inside?
For example, if we have psychological, if you have physical problem, for example, our vehicle is under repair. So we feel psychologically it creates some distress. If it creates some distress, some sorrow, then only we try to subtract the physical problem, subtract the vehicle. So it will give us a drive, it will give us a energy to subtract the external problem. So in this way, to reach the goal, our psychological emotion may be a source for energy. For that aspect, we can make use of our psychological reactions. But at the same time, we need not struggle with the psychological reactions, psychological emotions. Psychological emotions may give power and energy to do the physical things. For that alone, we can make use of that. For example, if we have some illness, and because of illness, we may afraid the illness may be somewhat severe and it will create some more problem. We may afraid of the illness. So so unnecessary fear is not necessary, but at the same time, the fear may give a energy to go to the physician or some necessary treatment. For that, if you do not have any fear, we will not go to the physician or will not seek further some treatment. So to that extent, the fear is necessary. If you don't have fear, we won't go to the subtract the physical problem. So to that extent, fear is necessary. But at the same time, we need not fight without fear. So if you fight with the fear will increase. So we need not fight with the fear. We need not fight with our reaction. We can make use of the reaction to our external action, to external goal itself. We can make use of that.
Thank you. This, for me, I feel this very much with the self-anger, but what you say is very relevant. I think that even if this arises, just to let it be every time again, to forget and to remember, and it's okay.
You are speaking about, you are asking something about anger?
I say that this process of having the inner feeling and then having the resistance come up again and again, this for me mainly with self-anger, or this idea in my head that if I am not angry with myself, I don't become a better person, or I don't do the good action outside. But then this this can take all my energy sometimes. And I think this idea of I should not, like, even when I try to accept, I deny. So this thing of like to give the anger, the self-anger place inside of me, that to see even this as okay, is good insight for me. Thank you.
Leonard, what is his exact problem of anger?
He is having this idea that in order to be a good person outside, making good deeds, good actions, he has to have an ideal, what he should be. And then when he's not acting as the ideal, he is angry about himself, that he is not acting in the way he wants to act. And he have this feeling this idea that this self-anger is important, because if he will not have this self-anger, then he will not become a better person.
So he want to be psychologically a good person. Is it his problem? Without any anger, without any
No,
bad emotions?
no, it means that he wants to do good actions in the outside world.
Outside.
Yes.
Okay.
And when he is not reaching the ideal, then he feels this anger about himself. He is angry about himself. He feels that this anger is helping him in some way to be a better person.
So if he do not do good thing in the external world, so he become angry about himself.
Yes.
This anger, it creates him, makes him to do right thing. So to separate the other external work.
Yes, he has this idea. Yes, but again, he also have the idea of giving freedom to the inside world, and these two ideas that collect, they have a conflict. There is a clash between the idea of giving freedom to the inner world and this idea of being angry about oneself.
So here, so externally we have to do the good thing. So if you unconsciously or consciously, if you do some bad thing to other people, so we feel sorrow, we feel affected. So this feeling of sorrow, feeling of affected is the anger. It is a kind of anger. So it doesn't matter. So this alone is the sign of good thing. So then only you can do the good thing to the other people, good thing to the other thing, the external world. So it gives some energy, but at the same time, for example, if some other people misbehaved with ourselves, so we got angry about the other people. So that is different. But here we want to do some good thing alone to the other people. We want to do the good thing to the other situation. For that, we cannot do the good thing. We may forget or we have mistakenly do the wrong thing to the other people. So thereby we feel we have done a wrong. Thereby we are angry about our behavior. That is not bad thing. So then only we can correct our action. So all things is to correct the situation, correct the external problem. For that, each and emotion can be make use of that. But at the same time, let it be anger, let it be fear, let it be anything. Whatever may be the psychological emotion, everything may have some meaning. We can make use of to the external world. But in the psychological emotion in itself, it is meaningless. It is just like a shadow. We need not worry about the psychological emotion. If it is relevant to the external world, we can make use of that. If it is not relevant to the external world, we need not worry about that. But each and psychological emotion in concern, each and every every situation, it is a momentary one. It comes and goes, comes and disappears. So we need not try to fight with the psychological emotion.